In today's equity index futures markets, let's take a look at the Nasdaq futures as they're trading higher today. Nasdaq futures continue to hold upward momentum. Today we're looking at the futures market up slightly on the day. We did see the futures market much higher until late in the session, some selling pressure, but still holding on to a gain. And with today's levels at 21,815 currently, we are putting in a new 3.5-month closing high and continuing to move towards those all-time highs that the market did experience in February. Driving factors today, a couple things I think influencing the market. Number one, the general guidance and the sense after earnings that the chip makers are going to continue to benefit from some of the trends as we are seeing some of the leadership continuing to hold this upward momentum and lifting the Nasdaq relative to other major equity index futures markets. Couple that with economic activity and the expectation that we're going to continue to see growth in the economic structure with some revisions in the last week to GDP. I think those are helping to support the overall markets and certainly helping to support the Nasdaq markets as we continue to see the chip makers and some of the AI space benefiting from the general trends in the market. Looking at the general trends overall, the Nasdaq futures now pushing up towards those highs that we did see in February. We're not too far off there. Now, the index itself is about 1.5%, maybe 1.75% off the all-time high, with the futures market's a little over 2% off the all-time high, but continuing to hold this upward momentum, and Nasdaq futures have been leading the way here for the last at least month, if not longer than that. Overall today, we did see higher price action pretty much across the board. The Dow futures pretty much unchanged on the day, but the S&P held on to a slight gain. The Nasdaq futures held on to a gain, and the Russell futures were the strongest relative strength component today, where we did see the Russell futures leading most of the day through with higher price levels and finishing higher in today's session as well. But the Nasdaq futures continuing to really lead this market higher over the last month, and with today's levels, we are trading back up towards a 3.5-month high.